Howdy, my name is Nolan, and what you're about to watch is my third time ever GMing. I know that there are lots of ums and breaks and pauses and repetitions, but to be quite honest with you, the story that I've written over the past few months has been too important for me to not tell it, for me to wait until I'm a more skilled GM. I really like what I've got going, and I hope that you do too. This is a very unorthodox way of dealing with grief, but that's what I've done over the past few months writing this campaign, and so here we go. Before we begin, I'd like to say that because it is my own journey through grief, it's sort of heavy sometimes. This show is going to be rated a loose PG-13. Sometimes there's going to be some language, and sometimes there's going to be some audible violence. I guess you're not really going to see much, but things do get a bit heavy, so I would like to offer a fair warning about that. Without further ado, here we go into the first episode of Dungeons & Dragons. Here we are. I'm going to be joined by 4 guests, maybe sometimes 5, who will be playing these wonderful characters that they have worked so hard to create in the past few weeks when we've been setting up the show and the story and everything, and really I cannot wait to start playing. So without further ado, would you guys like to introduce yourselves, starting with...
Absolutely. I'm Isaiah, but I'm playing Anton.
I'm Sam, and I'm playing Zelb Silverpants.
I'm Tom Stelzite, and I'm going to be playing Red Gun.
And I'm Icarus, and I'm playing Avery Flowervale.
Well, all right. So, because, again, I am super excited, we are going to start. And this story starts, as all other Dungeons & Dragons campaigns do, with you guys drunk off your asses in a tavern.
Don't mind if I have myself a brewski?
Absolutely not. Who would like to start here?
I mean, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to be kind of in the corner and just kind of waving someone to come near. And I've already got like 4 beer bottles kind of on the side, just like pushed over. I'm just kind of waving for more.
You're already taking score.
Yeah, right. I've been here for a while.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I am gonna assume that I'm performing here. I've got a nice jazz solo going on right now, and I only have a few copper pieces that people have thrown at me occasionally as they've enjoyed my performance, and so I'm just continue with that, and then maybe a free drink will come my way. We'll see.
Well, I am also off in the corner, but unlike you, I have no drinks in front of me, and I'm kind of just watching the surroundings, taking it all in. I'm definitely watching the bard a lot. But for the most part, I'm staying pretty quiet. I haven't really talked to anyone. I'm just there in the corner, the shadows, if you will.
You're brooding.
I'm going to walk into the saloon, pushing the doors open as dramatically as humanly possible, and intentionally stomp on one of the floorboards to try and get it to squeak, but it does not. So I'm just stomping near the door right as I walk inside.
Okay.
The bartender looks over at you as this is the 9th or 10th attempted dramatic entrance of the day. People like you are not super welcome here because, quite frankly, it's just annoying as a bartender. I mean, they don't really get paid enough to deal with the dramatics of attempted adventurers.
Attempted.
But as you walk in, they gesture you to the bar.
All right, I sit down in the bar and order myself a drink.
All right, what kind of drink?
What you got on tap?
On tap.
They got mead, they got grog, they got water, they got ice water, they got ice water with a lemon, they got ice water with a lime.
I got a water with lemon, no ice.
Okay.
No ice. Okay.
Okay, the bartender gives you sort of a strange look as they notice your attire, which is just a little bit different than most of the people around here would be dressed, but they get you the water with lime and no ice and slide the drink your way. You take in the soulful jazz that's filling the air, and you take a look around. What's your passive perception? Actually, everyone tell me what your passive perception is.
I believe mine is an 11.
11,
13.
okay.
Yes.
14.
I think mine's just... I put down 9.
9?
You put down
Yeah.
9?
Okay.
Okay.
What's your wisdom bonus?
It's a -1. Yeah.
Okay, no, it is mine.
Yeah,
no,
so-
it's mine. Okay. I'm just curious, because
Yeah.
it's really low. But
Yeah.
That's very low.
yeah, it's
To you
mine.
guys, nothing really seems too off about this place. but you have been brooding in the shadows.
Yeah. Brooding.
You would be
Pretty
there to take
emo.
a closer look, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Roll me a perception.
That is a 16 plus 4, so dirty 20.
20.
What was that?
That's
30, 20?
impressive. The first roll of the entire
Yeah,
game
a dirty
is
20.
a 20.
I've got some pretty killer stats, guys.
That is crazy.
I've got like 3 killer stats.
So as
See
you
how they play out.
look around, you notice that pretty much everyone here is almost apathetic in a way. They're moving slowly, and their speech is dull and unfriendly. Something is just the slightest bit off with the people in this town, and the only exceptions are the bard, Anton, and of course the freak cowboy that just walked in like an idiot.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna make my way up to the bar, just kind of sit down, and I'm gonna like look over to the bartender and be like, not such a lively night, is it? Is it normally like this around here?
It didn't used to be.
Yeah.
Oh no, this place was the spot. I mean, everyone would come here every night. I mean, it'd be a Tuesday, and the average person would be blacked out. It actually took quite a toll on the local economy, but I don't want to be solely responsible for it. But lately, something's just changed. You know, as unfortunate as it is, wait a minute. Have you bought anything?
No, but I'll have a water, please.
Water's free.
I'll have a coffee then.
It's 9 p.m.
I don't drink, asshole.
Anyway, the bartender makes a coffee with a embarrassed face. As he brings you back the mug of coffee with a little umbrella in it, because I mean, he doesn't know how to make coffee. That's not his job. He's a bartender. He's like, I think this goes in here, but he gives you another look and says, "Listen, I wasn't supposed to say much, which is why I wasn't going to say much to a non-paying customer, but I think something's been going on with, everyone here. I think it happened about a month ago when people just started to move slower and be less lively, almost as if they're not alive at all, but of course they are."
Interesting.
Do I overhear this conversation at all? Because we're both at the bar, but like,
Yeah.
how?
Yeah, I
far
mean,
away
you guys are right
know.
next to each other.
Oh,
am.
really?
Yeah.
Jamming
Yeah.
out on stage. I'm not hearing anything. Let's
Yeah.
go.
So I'd like to point to their well-made coffee and
Thank you.
late morning or long day.
Depends on how you look at it, I suppose. The days never really end for me. They just keep going.
Really? So what brings you to this podunk one-horse town?
We have lots of horses. We have so many
So
horses.
just to
There's a
clarify,
stable down
we're
the
in
street.
we're in the spaghetti western country.
No, you were in
We're
Kanimaas.
We're in Kanimaas. Okay.
You were in
All right.
Kanimaas.
That's what I thought. Yeah. All right. Just keeping an eye on things. I'm not so used to this place. I haven't been here before.
Roll me a history check.
Yeah. That will be, I can't read, 16.
Damn. All right, well, even
I'm a
though
gamer.
you haven't been here, you've heard about it. Of course, everyone's heard about Kanimaas. It's the central continent in the middle of the other four. There's some islands, but the mainland is really the central economy of the entire world, which, of course, as you know, obviously, is a donut-shaped planet with, a few continents. It's not a large planet compared to many others, but, comparing yourself to others is what brings you down mentally. So let's not focus on that.
Okay. All right.
Kanimaas is the home to the kingdom of what is essentially the entire world, because every other government is in shambles. And Kanimaas,
Okay.
the kingdom, is the only one that is still standing and has traditions that date back to centuries before. I mean, everything else is just constantly crumbling and rebuilding itself, but so is the way of life. You aren't from around this part, but of course you know these things because, like I said, everyone knows Kanimaas, and you are here for your own reasons, and these reasons aren't something that are common to the citizens of Kanimaas. The citizens, I mean, they just do whatever, man. They, there's a booming economy, a very capitalistic society, with, I mean, pretty much the typical things you can think of. There are fishermen, there are ranchers. Like I said, there was a stable just down the street, and this place is pretty run-of-the-mill as far as fantasy settings go. But with a 16 for history, that is what you know.
Awesome. Okay. What brings you here? Stallion or something? You seem to make quite an entrance.
Excuse me?
Just a little something I'm looking for.
Something you're looking for. I'm gonna finish my song and put away my saxophone. I've played a few and I'm gonna take a break.
And
I'm gonna get a water, probably.
as soon as that ends,
Oh my
I'm gonna kind of
God.
look over and be like, "Why'd the music stop?"
Let me get some water. My throat hurts.
What? And I just kind of go back to
Okay.
sipping.
Anyways, I go get a water because it's free. That's what I was told. Please.
All right. Are you at least going to tip?
I don't have money.
Oh my God.
I'll give you the 2 copper pieces I got from my performance today.
Oh, all right. Okay. So the bartender is going to take the 2 copper pieces with, a little bit of happiness, but could tip more. And they're going to hand you the water. Wait. Water with lime, water with ice and lime, water with lemon, water with ice and lemon, water with lemon and lime, water with ice, lemon, and lime, water with orange. I can keep going. How do you want this water?
I would rather you not. Can I just have
cooked?
like water with no ice? I just want some room temp water.
That can be done.
Amazing. Thanks.
Seems to me like this
The
place got
bartender
a lot of
hands
water
you
options.
a water with ice.
Okay. That's fine.
Well, for 2 copper pieces. Anyway.
I know
as
what
you
you
were,
want from me.
as you were.
Okay.
You could have tipped more.
With what?
Find something. Or, hear me out, have a better performance next time. Maybe you get more funding.
Says you. You walked in and not be able to find a creaky floorboard. Work
Not
on
my
that.
fault this establishment is well built.
That's not true. There are tons of creaky floorboards.
You just haven't
You
found
just
the
picked
one.
Find
the
it next
one
time,
that
then.
wasn't
Yeah,
creaky.
we fixed one last
Watch
week, and I
yourself,
think
sir.
that's
Let me enjoy my water.
okay.
You have quite the personality.
Indeed I do.
You like picking on people that you don't know?
Short people,
Not
specifically.
particularly. Just people who can do better.
Oh, yeah. Well, why don't you get up on the stage and play something then?
I'd love to.
I'll allow it.
I didn't think I'd get this far.
All right, let's see it.
All right, come on.
I'm gonna ask, does anyone have a guitar?
Behind the bar.
You want to guess who
there's-
has a guitar?
You have a guitar I may borrow for this one-time only
Apologize.
performance. After the performance.
How do I know you're not going to steal it from me?
I'd like to take a copper piece and slide it your way.
Ah, fine. Fine. Here, take.
All right. Pull up the guitar and get up on the stage.
At this point, I'm just gonna kind of lean over again and be like, "Do you know the 3 maidens?"
Are you like old?
Yeah, I'm pretty old by this point. I'm not like.
You guys have been in the bar this entire time looking at and interacting with each other. What do you look like?
Oh.
Oh, you're so right. Jinx.
Jinx.
Well, since I'm
Yeah.
very
Yeah, I
intrigued
mean,
by
I would
Grandpa.
like to hear
Yeah.
about the old guy first.
I'm not like terribly old, but I'm definitely like past my prime. Like I've lived
You're getting up there.
I've lived a really action, exciting life. And now I'm just kind of like shriveled up and just kind of like, I've come to this bar many times and I just, I'm just kind of the person who's there. I don't usually have anyone with me. I'm just kind of there to complain and drink and tell, and kind of like tell stories occasionally.
Yeah, like the like wisdom giver.
Yeah, I wouldn't say wisdom. I would just say like
just
words.
say words at people.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think at this point my voice has just gotten so croaky from just like calling out things all night.
You're a heckler.
Yeah, I'm kind of like a heckler in a sense. That kind of old guy is just constantly like pushing himself in a little bit.
So you don't even like sound like that. Your voice is just raspy from yelling.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Does it, like,
That's
get
not
better?
like a regular
Someone get him a glass
thing.
of
If you get like water and like a cough drop,
How would
will
you
it go
like
away?
Yeah, if I got like a cough drop,
With lime.
it would probably be better. But at this
Okay.
point, I've been here so long that my voice is starting to become raspier and worse.
Gotcha. Okay.
Huh.
You've
Okay.
had nothing but grog to lubricate them windpipes for
For
a long
For
time.
a long time.
Your liver destroyed.
It's gone.
Alright, moving on to
okay.
Zelb Silverpants.
Zelda Silverpants.
Who you all know.
Yeah, I've been
Well,
on
of
the
course I
stage
know
for a
Zelda
while.
Silverpants. I just
I'm a
expected a
3
massive
foot tall
performance.
gremlin. I'm 3 feet in total, no more, no less. And I play the saxophone really well, so I don't know why no one's liking it right now. It's kind of upsetting. It's actually quite offensive. And obviously I have green skin. That's all I got. I have this cool cloak. All right, sir.
I apparently did not write down very much information, but my name is
Ray
Fred
Gunn.
Gunn. I am dressed as a stereotypical spaghetti western cowboy. I have a long leather duster that looks mostly like a cape that's pretty well worn. High ranking, like almost cowboy boots, more traveler boots. Some like blue jean type things made out of pants that aren't quite jeans, but close enough for the aesthetic taste. I've got belts all around with all kinds of holsters, but there's one in particular that is in fact my favorite. And I carry with me a black cowboy hat fashioned out of an old wizard hat that you could tell that it's kind of been reinforced with something to make it hold its shape, as this is not naturally something you would find in a fashion store. And on top of all that, I have long dark hair and a very scraggly black beard, hiding most of my facial features.
All right. I do not tell people my name unless they ask me, so I'll skip that part. But I am very tall, you know, pretty standard elvish features, you know, the pointy ears. There's a major difference in that my skin is like a pale orangey, kind of yellowy color, and I've got these like peeking out from under my hooded cloak. You see these like kind of orangey leaves coming straight out of my skin. And other than that, I mean, I'm dressed in all dark clothes. You know, I look pretty shady. You know, the average bartender would probably not want me in their bar because they think I'm stealing from them. But yeah, you can't discern much from my features other than that my skin is pretty orange and that you can see those like peeking little leaves peeking out from my face, and I'm tall, so that's about it for me.
Well, all right.
What is considered like middle-aged for goblins?
Middle age for goblins, probably like 10.
Cool.
I actually don't know any goblin lore.
Cool.
Wait, no, hold on, this is my world. Let me make something up.
Middle-aged.
30.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm middle-aged. That's all I got.
Old man.
I'm definitely
He's the
fairly
old man.
I'm fairly young, especially
Fairly
for
young,
elves.
okay.
Yeah.
Anton's
Are
the
you
old
allowed
man.
in here? Are you old
Yeah.
enough?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, I'm definitely
Okay.
old enough,
Okay.
but I'm just definitely.
I didn't know
younger.
how.
I did
Elves
not
are
mention that
pretty-
about my character. Roughly how old. I'm in my like late 40s.
All right.
I'm not super old, but for
I was-
humans,
So middle-aged, but human.
For humans,
Human middle-aged.
I'm getting
Goblin
up there.
middle-aged.
Or gremlin
Okay.
middle-aged.
I thought you were
Gremlin
you're spitting anti-elf rhetoric whenever you were like, are you
No.
allowed in
Are
here?
you allowed in?
Are you allowed in here?
Are you allowed?
We don't like elves
We're
around these
elfists.
parts. Which would be
that's quite a big-
contrary to everything else in D&D.
Yeah, well, as we'll
Yeah.
find out soon enough,
Yeah.
there's quite a lot of elfish behavior in this society, which you know, as long as there aren't any elves around here, it's not a big deal. Anyway, you look at each other, and you've introduced yourselves at this point. You've heard things about each other just in passing. This isn't the biggest town in the area, so a word gets around. You have your drinks, and now her red gun is on stage with a guitar.
You are.
I've got this guitar. I'm overly confident. I play the first strum, and it is irremarkably out of tune.
I don't know why it would be out of tune. It was in my
attempt
backpack. My
a
backpack
guitar
guitar is
solo.
in tune.
Roll me is it a performance check?
Yeah.
Is that
I
the
would
word
assume
for
so.
it? Sometimes I get things mixed up. Roll me a
Yes.
performance check.
That is going to be a 16 plus a 3. So
19 for performance.
What can I say?
What song? What song is this?
I'm
is this like
going-
Hotel California?
I
'Cause
was just about
gonna
to say, I'm about to do the guitar solo from Hotel California, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the noises with my mouth and just strum along. I don't know how to play a guitar.
You rolled a 19 for performance. You do know how to play the guitar.
Oh,
You do now.
I was unaware that how this worked.
Yeah, no, you luck into it.
Okay, I just kind of fiddle around. I've never held a guitar before, but somehow I perfectly recreate the entirety of the 6-something minute long Hotel California guitar solo.
Perfect.
Cool.
I then
And-
whip the guitar around and plop it back in your lap.
Thanks. Good job.
At this point, I'm
Anytime.
gonna kind of screech my chair back and kind of like stumble over to you and just kind of lean in. You can see kind of like my eyes are kind of sagging about there. There's just deep, like darkness, and I'm just going like, "Don't I know you?"
You may not.
And I'll just kind of lean back, kind of nod my head, maybe not. And I'll
Maybe
kind of
not.
come back in. I'll be like, "You know any jobs around here?" And I'm gonna go into a coughing fit soon after. and I just anyway, jobs.
I may know of a few people, but I can't say that I'm hiring if that's what you're asking.
What is happening?
That sounded sexual, and I didn't like it.
I thought I'm supposed to keep this PG.
I'm gonna.
I'll allow it.
You're telling me it didn't? It sounded
It
very
did, it did.
sultry,
It was
if you
charged.
will.
I'm gonna
It was a
say
little
my
charged.
cheeks are red, but I don't know whether that's from the beer or from that. I'll leave it open to question,
We're about to have
and I'll just kind of be like,
So anyway,
Anton.
side plot romance arc.
Anton, if you need me, I'm always available for any
And you
mission.
are? Because I don't think you've said your name to any of us yet.
Gun.
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 Red gun.
Oh,
Nice
her
to
red
meet
gun.
you.
Okay, do you want us to call you Gun or her red gun? You said both.
I prefer my full name.
Her red
Her
gun.
red gun.
so is your full name Gun, her red gun, or is it
Is
just
Gun your last name?
Red gun is my first and last name.
Her red gun. Okay.
This guy with the dramatics every time.
I'm saying. What's your name?
Red gun. Nope, you're not asking me. I'm so sorry.
Not you.
I said that
I heard
already.
your name already. I'm asking the one next to you.
My name's Addis.
Addis.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice to meet you.
And I heard you. You're Anton. We heard you already.
And you are?
And you are.
Oh, I'm Zelb.
Zelb?
Everybody
Zelb
knows
Silver
Zelb
Pants. I was on the
Silverpants.
stage.
Of
Zelb
course,
Silver Pants.
yes. I've seen you perform around
Oh,
here a
really?
few times. Yeah.
Cool. Trying. Need
Even
to
in
get,
the
need to
Kone,
make
we
a
hear of
living one
Zelb
way or another.
Silverpants.
I had a
all I
Zelb,
got.
I had a Zelb Silver Pants poster in my college dorm.
Wow.
You still have that? You can get it
Oh.
autographed.
I don't
wish.
know.
Maybe another day.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
At this moment, the doors are going to be thrown open dramatically, and a silhouetted figure is going to walk in and step on a creaky floor.
What is he gonna do?
Because he knows where it is.
He is going to raise his hands in a sort of hidden panic. You know, you can tell that he's trying to hide how scared he is, but he's not doing it very well. Hello, everybody. I am the Herald of the King, and I'm here to ask if there is anyone who is not pathetic around here to do a job for the king.
What
He's
services
sweating.
may need required.
I don't know. if I'm
Nothing
not-
weird.
I wasn't trying to make it weird. I'm just asking how I can help.
Does he do this often?
Yeah, I've only known him for like 5 minutes, and I can already tell you that he does.
Okay, so
it
it's
could be the accent. You know.
anyway.
could make it.
It's nothing like that. All your clothes and armor are going to stay on. You are going to be paid very handsomely.
Okay.
Is there anyone here? I need probably 4 or 5 people.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Very specific and convenient.
Wow.
I wouldn't say I'm not
Is there a
pathetic.
fifth in this bar anywhere? No?
I don't know if I'm pretty pathetic, but I need money, so I'll do it.
Well, that's a good enough reason to enlist as any.
Cool,
We're
yeah.
gonna go talk to the king right now.
Like okay.
I'm
Like
right
right
using
now.
it for a good cause.
Well, greed isn't a good cause. You're actually probably a really bad person if it's the only reason you're doing it.
No, I'm
You're also going to be helping the kingdom, but
I'm here to be
the money
noble.
is
Well,
yours.
I
no
need the
pay.
kingdom to stick around to make money, so I'm here to help the kingdom.
Wow, well, that's not noble at all. Oh my god. Anyway, anyone else?
I'm gonna kind of tap on the table, stand up. You hear my back just pop several places. I'll go right here. Kind
You're
of making
Southern
fun
now?
of your accent
Oh, I was
whenever
gonna say
you-
you're Southern now.
As this happens,
Punk.
I would like to sulk into the shadows.
Really?
Soon as this guy comes in, I basically stand up and try and get into a least visible spot as possible.
Okay.
I forgot your name
Would you like me
already.
to roll a stealth?
Yeah.
I forgot your name
Do
already.
I'm
I
sitting
can't
right
believe
next to them.
I
Should I
said
roll a
edit.
perception as well?
No,
See
this
if I notice
isn't.
this.
That would be 17 plus 8.
Wow.
Yeah, that'll work.
So
Yep, you're just gonna vanish from
25 is what
Yeah.
it would be.
So you're just
yeah.
gonna be advantage from the campaign. Right.
Yeah.
No,
It has
I'm
been really
still
nice having you.
listening,
Yeah.
but as soon as he came in, I'm
Mhm.
like getting to a corner, getting in the dark.
Okay.
Yeah.
assessing the situation.
So far, this the Herald of the King has hired, essentially, or at least scouted out 3 people, and you can tell by the panic in his eyes that whatever is going on is probably going to take more than 3 people, especially, and no offense, 3 people above your guys' skill level, but something within you is telling you that this is the right thing to do, whether that be greed, whether that be pride, whether that just be the fact that you miss war, and you stand up for this cause. The Herald of the King is going to look at you 3, and he's a little disheartened. He's a little pessimistic about this whole endeavor, but he's gonna say, well, if this is as good as I can get, what can you people do?
I mean, I'd be upset too if I saw Dinky here walk in as one of your heroic saviors.
That is
I don't
Zelb
know.
Silverpants.
I don't know what I did to you. I existed, and all of a sudden I'm just getting insult after insult. All I did was try to make money and try to get some food on my table.
I have respect for an art form.
Then why not mine?
This is not very good.
You were here for all of 2 minutes.
2 minutes is enough to judge someone by their character.
Whatever.
Right in between of
Whatever.
them fighting, here, I'm just gonna reach out my hand and be like, I actually used to be a soldier. I think you could use me.
We're looking for a janitor.
And then I'll just kind of bring it back, and I'll bring it back in. I'll go, all right.
So I would like to, as this is happening, like try and make my way around the room to kind of get behind him. Would you like me to roll?
No, I mean, you already rolled a 25 for
Okay.
stealth. You're fine.
So I'm essentially gonna be a creep and just like
Okay.
pop up behind his corner and say, "What's going on with the king?"
He is going to flinch, which I will not do for the sake of our audio.
I did it.
Flinch.
But he's going to, take a breath, be like, the palace has a mold problem?
Mold, you say?
So you telling me you don't have, like, hired cleaners for this already?
We do, but they're not feeling great today.
You're
Okay, are you giving
definitely
them...
lying,
You can roll. Let's see.
or
Can I
you're
also roll?
withholding some truth.
Can I roll a?
That's a what is it? Insight?
Yes, insight check.
That's a 23.
Oh my god.
Oh,
rolls
you're
are
good at everything. I don't even need to roll.
So he is telling the truth. There is a mold problem. The palace is very big, so it would take a large amount of cleaners
Yeah.
to, clean the whole palace.
I guess
However,
he's scared, which is like, you don't get scared of mold.
Oh, I mean,
Well,
Yeah.
okay, you
I
might,
get scared of
but
mold.
not this scared of mold.
However, the mold has been spreading rapidly. It's big. It's overtaking large portions of rooms, and it needs to be cleaned. So you
Even
guys, are you in? Just
I mean,
yes or no?
Even a small amount of mold can depreciate the value of any property
Yeah,
quite
sure.
significantly. So, if it's for a noble cause, I'm willing to help the king out.
Okay, so
Sure.
are you all in?
Yep.
Let's do this before I'm sober.
Okay.
Okay.
10 gold pieces for all of you, if that helps.
10, that's
Okay.
okay.
All right.
I'm done.
And
So-
we
I'll take
will come back when we are on our way to the palace.
Yes.
And we're back. Welcome to the Palace of Kanimaas. This is a large, ornate structure with marble floors and hallways and pillars holding up the overindulgent ceilings with beautiful portraits on them. This place is very high class, in a bad way.
Oh.
You can just tell that by how depressed and horrible the mental state of the bar patrons were. It feels a little unfair to go less than a mile away from that bar to this castle where nobody has ever felt anything other than I'm rich.
So this is like really close to the bar.
Yes, the castle is at the center of town and nothing is far away from it.
Huh. Okay.
In case, the king is like, send out heralds to pick up random people for my bounties.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's important infrastructure. But the herald, who was panicked and is now pulling himself together better than he was before, because if you panic in front of the king, you know what's going to happen. Straightens his tie and pushes open the door to the throne room. He kneels before the king and says, Your Majesty, I have collected 4 bounty hunters for the job that you needed.
I'm also gonna kneel out of making sure I don't offend anybody.
I'm
I'm
low as
kneeling.
well.
I'm joining the gang.
I'm decidedly not kneeling.
I'm just going to quietly tip my hat and go on my merry way. Did he say bounty?
Yeah, I heard that too.
I thought we were
I
cleaning
knelt-
out mold.
I knelt and I got back up. I don't want to stay down there.
Yeah. The herald stays knelt. And the
Okay, he can do that.
king will look at you lot and be like, well, if you weren't going to be so useful to me, I would execute you, and, I don't think you knelt either. But, oh my gosh, we have work to do. So, listen, you guys are going to clean out the mold, right? Mold isn't really supposed to grow on marble, which is a problem. So, you're going to fix it.
Okay.
And you're gonna, you've got scrapers, and you've got brooms, and you've got dustpans, and you've got wipes. You all have swords and other kinds of weapons too, right?
Permission to use fire?
Granted.
I appreciate it.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. Because when they come to life, it is very scary. And
Oh
you
my God.
are going to need to kill them, probably.
Okay.
Come to life, you say?
It would have been nice to know that.
How often do they do this? The coming to life thing,
Well, only whenever the mold grows over the corpses that we keep in the catacombs.
of course.
Oh yeah. All right.
course,
Maybe
yeah.
fire is useful then.
See, I don't think mold's supposed to do that.
No.
No, not typically.
Is there anything that I can like a mask or something I can put on so I don't inhale any of this stuff?
I forgot it at home, but typically I have a bandana.
Yeah, I do have that on. So it's
You get a
it's not
shrouded cloak.
Yeah, little. Yeah.
The king is going to gesture to the herald, and the herald's going to sigh. He knows what this means. He's going to rip a tiny chunk off of his favorite shirt
Oh my god.
and give it to you as a
Oh
mask.
my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
The king wants this job done very badly, even if it costs him his
As he does
herald's
that, I
favorite
like
shirt.
pull out a spare mask from my pocket. I'm like, okay.
I'm just like holding it in my hand. I don't want to put it on my face. I feel so bad.
Oh yeah, no, he was sweating.
Can I see that real quick?
Sure.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Please. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
And I pull out another for you as well.
Thank you.
You do not get one.
I already have one. It's just
I'm just gonna
it's
give it
invisible.
back. Like, I don't need this.
I'm so
Okay.
sorry. I didn't know he was gonna do that.
It's fine.
Oh my god.
You can have them back if you'd like.
He's actually tearing up.
The herald takes the sliver of what used to be his favorite shirt and dude, I don't know. What do you do in that situation? He just puts it in his pocket and he'll probably just throw the whole thing away later, to be honest. But he does appreciate the gesture a little bit.
You
also
could take
did-
a sewing class and just.
Yeah.
He could. He
Could
could.
wash the piece of cloth and sew it back on.
But anyway, I'll show you guys to the dungeon now.
Put my mask on.
With you know, his shirt ripped. He you know how like Charlie Brown, he'll put his head down and like yeah. So he's gonna walk really sadly
Okay.
to the dungeon and gesture for you guys to follow him. But of course you don't have to. I mean,
Well, I'll follow him.
Yeah, I'll
I'm
follow him.
definitely on high
Yeah.
alert here.
Uh-huh.
You're my hand on my holster.
the king also follows you just so that he can make sure the job is done correctly.
If he's so worried about it, he can do it himself. Jeez.
Yeah, but he's a king and you are a goblin. So,
Yeah, I know.
no.
Doesn't mean to be any less upset about it.
Well, I mean, I would be pretty upset if I was a goblin.
Yeah.
Of course, speaking from the standpoint of the king, I don't hold these beliefs.
Of course not.
Are you gonna say that on record, Mr. King?
Mr. King, that's
Mr.
that's
King.
enough for me to not comment. Anyway,
I
we're
apologize, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
you head down several admittedly beautiful spiral staircases because any spiral staircase is beautiful. That's really a wonder of architecture. But you get to the dingy, stuffy, just disgusting hallways below the below ground in the castle. And honestly, it's quite surprising that the catacombs would be attached to the castle. It's
Yeah, that
kind
feels
of
weird.
kind of gross. I mean,
A little bit.
you know, but you look in and you see on the ground there's soot on the cobblestones. There's stalagmites coming from the ceiling, or stalactites. I don't remember. But coming from the ceiling with the mineral deposits dripping water onto the ground. There are cells that line the walls with nothing in them currently, but then there are just rows and rows of small inlets in the wall where bodies lay. Towards the end of the hallway, there's a strange white substance covering the wall, sort of creeping into the inlets with the bodies, and the king's going to gesture to it and be like, see that disgusting thing that's happening right there? I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a plant, but if a plant was gross.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's our problem. You see these ones right next to it, and he gestures to 3 inlets with nothing in them. Yeah, there were things in there just yesterday. And it's actually a close childhood friend of mine.
Oh.
Of course, I was the one that had him executed, but
Okay.
I didn't want to have to kill him again.
Fair enough.
Of course, I didn't kill him. It was the dungeon keeper, but I didn't want the dungeon keeper to kill someone that I had killed before. It wasn't even me the first time. It was the executioner. But the point is, I don't want any more people coming back to life in my castle.
Okay.
You said they were here yesterday.
Yes.
Do you have the slightest inkling where they may have gone?
Hell, probably. I mean,
No.
Okay.
When did
we're
this
talking
start?
about infernal abominations that
I
spring
guess,
from the dead.
but are
and
they still here, or are they just gone?
Have they left the premises of your palace?
Oh, you've been walking on them the whole time. You look down, you see the soot that was mentioned earlier is ashes.
I
I see.
understand.
I understand
now.
the fire part now.
So when did this start?
Yeah.
3-4 days ago. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I'm a pretty down-to-earth king,
Are you?
as you may be able to tell so far, but I don't care too much about appearances. So when a little bit of mold showed up in the corner of my catacombs, I thought, you know what? No biggie. I don't mind at all. But now that it's, you know, raising the dead and just generally acting in a blasphemous way on my premises, I do think it should be dealt with. And I won't be the one to do it. Of course, that's peasant work, but
Okay.
now we have you.
I'm just gonna kind of sigh and you said it on the left side. There's a couple of bodies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and just I'm gonna kind of put my arms under one of them and start dragging it away from where the rest of the mold is.
Okay.
And just kind of bringing it, I guess, to the door that we came in, just
Yep.
to move it away and just start dragging them.
Now, you as a veteran, you have carried a body before. You know the weight and density that a body should feel like. This one is uncharacteristically heavy and for some reason very dense feeling, as if it's taxidermied, but there are no visible scars or anything that would indicate something like that. It's just as if the veins under the skin have been filled with something
Oh God, that's disgusting.
hard and
That's
hate
horrific.
that.
Ew.
Okay.
as you notice this, is there anything that you would like to do or say?
I'm pretty stubborn, so I'm gonna just kind of move my body around, my shoulders, kind of roll it, and just keep trying to pull it on my own,
Okay.
and just kind of like looking around to see if anyone's watching me.
So just
kind
dragging
fail.
this body
Yeah,
across
so I'm
the
just like
cobblestone.
slowly trying to move it, but struggling, I guess.
Roll me a strength check.
Okay.
Did you say that the spores
20?
were like a white color?
Yes, the mold is a whitish color. What is that?
4.
4.
Yeah. So I'm not even gonna bother adding a bonus to that.
So
I'm just gonna
it's not that you're not strong. Of course, you know that you are.
Right, yeah.
Of course.
It's that in this instance, you have misplaced your strength.
You
and
look with your back.
you rip the legs off of this
Oh.
body
Oh.
at the knees. And you
Good
see
Lord, that is horrific.
that, of course, this is a humanoid body. You know what it's supposed to look like in there. There's supposed to be red meat, there's supposed to be veins, there's supposed to be some other junk, I'm sure. There is
Okay.
a hard, white, almost rock-like substance replacing the meat in these legs. And you realize that's why it was so dense and so heavy, is because this is no longer a body. This is a host.
I'm gonna kind of look down, and just be like,
That's
usually
gross.
not there.
That's horrible.
Can I
It's
roll
usually
a
not there.
investigation onto what it might be?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's going to be a 13.
Plus
13 plus?
Yeah, it's 11 plus 2.
11 plus 2, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, that is not bones. And that's the only white thing that you think should be inside someone's leg.
Yeah, I
The
guess
mold,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is very clearly
So
the same stuff on the walls.
fire. Have you considered just burning this entire area?
Yes, but then it would smell bad.
Does it not already smell bad with rotting corpses down here?
And mold?
I mean, I don't come down here that often,
Then
but
why do
why
you
are
care?
you
Torch
here?
the place, coward.
Oh, jeez.
the king is going to look at you
He's the king.
up and down and decide that if he does say anything, his ass is getting beat. So he's just gonna look at you with disdain and then move on from that comment. The thing with fire is that, you burn something, the heat rises, my entire castle is gonna smell like burning mold body, and I don't want that.
Then you can take a trip out of town for like a week. I'm sure you have like a vacation cabin somewhere on a lake.
Why would I want to go to a lake when I live in a castle?
Oh my god. I'm just throwing out options here.
This guy, I swear.
This is why I do not come to the castle.
I don't respect
Listen,
no
I
king.
came here to get money. I don't care. Just whatever.
Well, you'll get money when you deal with the problem, so is anyone going to do anything?
Trying to work with you to deal with the problem.
Oh, well then work.
But then why are you still here?
I want to make sure it gets done.
But you don't want to watch us do it.
They had this problem back on the railroads. They had supervisors got paid twice what the workers did, but didn't do half the work.
The what?
Never mind.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
Real.
Listen,
Real.
is there anything that we are allowed to do? I know you said you'd prefer not to burn it, but
You
theoretically...
said fire was allowed, so.
Fire's allowed, but we're not allowed to burn it. That doesn't make a lick of sense to me.
Well, if you can drag the bodies outside and then do it in
Drag the
peasant
bodies
village.
outside.
Are you aware that the mold is on the walls? We can't
We can't
drag
burn the walls.
The mold
We
out
can't
of
drag the walls.
Yeah.
Why not? You could take the wall outside for a moment and then... Listen, you have a job to do.
Cool.
Listen up.
Where are the people that were doing this the first
Listen
time?
up, Buttercup.
Oh, well, he just ripped one of their legs off.
Super cool. All right, I better be getting paid well if I make it out of this alive.
Yeah, 9 gold pieces.
It was 10.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be 8 with that attitude.
I can just leave it here.
Listen up.
Goodness.
You just punched the king?
I kind of like...
Okay.
Do that. I don't
Okay.
punch it. I think I'll whack to like get his attention.
All right. He hates this, but again, you're still gonna kick his ass.
You're going to give us a fair day's wage, and you're going to let us take care of this problem in the most efficient way possible, whether or not that makes your palace smell a bit like butt for a few days.
That is a convincing argument, and that he's going to place his hands on your shoulders and like pat you, just as a show of like, okay, pal. And then a third hand is also going to go on your shoulders, as the two of you look to see that one of those bodies has woken up and is, hoping to join the conversation.
Jesus!
Oh, yes. So this is what I was talking about.
Okay.
The king is going to look at this body up and down, and as of right now, there's no show of anything wrong with the body externally. Mold grows inside something before it grows outside, and such is the case with this mold as well.
Okay.
There are no telltale signs that this is anything other than just a person. But based on the king's reaction, he probably knows who this is. This is essentially a mushroom zombie.
Shroom zombie.
He, nopes out of there. Not dealing with that. The herald, still so upset about his shirt, doesn't even notice, and
What's the herald's name?
it doesn't
I
matter.
don't think it's about to matter.
I want it to matter.
No, but he works for the king. It doesn't matter.
His name is Unnamed Goon 4.
He was stripped of his name at the moment he got hired.
All right. Well, never mind then.
And still holding the piece of his shirt that he was forced to rip off, the corpse now turns to him and places his hand on his shoulder and squeezes very hard.
Oh, don't do that.
His fingers go into his skin, and
That's really
blood
Mark.
pours out as the herald begins to scream in agony.
Well,
Does anyone want to do anything about this?
Yeah, I would like to kill this thing.
All right, go ahead.
So I quickly pull out a dagger and run up to it. Do you want me to roll to hit?
No.
Just give it a stab.
Okay.
oh, I'm scared now. I'm gonna back away a little.
What would you like me to do then?
You're gonna go up and stab it?
Yeah.
Okay. You go up and stab it. Do you take the knife back out?
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Hey,
Oh.
hey, you. You said you had fire?
Darn right.
Can you
Oh, I
That guy?
absolutely can.
just try not to hit the herald?
No, torch this place.
Okay.
That's from the herald. At this point, he's done.
All right.
He's not having
Cool.
a great time.
He's done.
Let's back up a little.
Yeah, let's back up.
yeah.
You do
You do your fire thing.
From my holster, you see I draw out what looks to be just an ordinary, everyday stick, to which you are not impressed in the slightest. You were expecting something
thought you
cool.
said you
I
had
made a
fire.
very big, throw the duster back, pull it out, take my aim, and you're all just kind of like, what?
This
Yeah.
guy again.
Okay.
Yeah.
I then kind of smack the side of it and kind of whisper under my breath, to which a ball of fire, not a fireball, but a short burst of fire shoots from the at one end of the stick.
Okay. The being, the corpse that was just stabbed and did not care, is now missing a large circle in the center of its chest. And from this missing circle, it begins to burn from the inside out
Cool.
and crumble to dust, filling the floor with more of the soot that you had already been walking on the whole time.
And with that, I take the stick and dramatically holster it.
That heat,
God, I meant that was pretty cool. I'll give you that.
that heat sort of makes the mold on the wall cower away a little bit. You understand that, there's something that could be done against this mold, but you're not sure if that's going to be the total solution, the whole problem, because it only cowers away, and of course it killed the guy who was missing a large portion of his torso, but the mold itself seems a little bit more resilient than you may think.
I'm beginning to think that maybe this mold isn't necessarily entirely prone to taking fire damage. I'm beginning to think that maybe it just may be a deterrent rather than a solution. I fear that if we use fire to torch these palace walls to cleanse them, this mold may try and vacate into other areas that are much more susceptible to the mold's takeover.
So what we know is this mold has been here for a few days, right?
Only a
Yes.
few days, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's already done this.
I was gonna ask if it's aggressive, but it looked like it was. So.
The herald, who was in a knelt tornado shelter position, like turtle shell. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Down on the floor, kind of.
Yup.
Sorry, audio.
It's school system taught us well.
Rises to his feet, and the gaping wound in his shoulder, the 4 gaping wounds in his shoulder, are no longer bleeding.
Oh, God.
No.
That's disgusting.
And he's like, "Oh, you cauterized my wound. Thank you."
Is
I'm-
that what happened?
My
That's
pleasure.
what he thinks happened.
That's what I think happened.
Thank you
I'm
very
happy
much.
to be the hero.
I've been given a second chance. I've been given a second chance at life. I think I'm gonna quit my job. I think I'm gonna be something more than just the herald
Follow
of the
your
king.
dreams.
I believe in you.
And he's going to exit the catacombs and go on to do whatever it is he dreams of doing.
We're gonna run into him again later.
He's gonna be a mini boss or something.
I was gonna say, I'm
wouldn't
like,
say
should
that.
we not, put him out of his misery? 'Cause
He's not
What kind of
miserable.
person are you?
He's not miserable.
He's
has-
very
I
happy.
think
Now.
I think you're right here. I mean, that's
goals.
Follow his dreams.
He's gonna turn into the thing that just
We
tried
don't
to kill
know that
him.
yet.
Yeah, we do.
No, probably.
Okay. Okay. Well,
He's
he's
not
gone
too
now.
far. He's not too far gone for you guys to catch him.
if you want to go catch him and torch him, I'm gonna look away.
God. Well,
I don't want to be part of that.
I might throw out a hip. So you go. You go.
I also don't
ahead.
have anything with fire, so I can't be helpful anyway.
Well,
so I
I guess.
am a rogue, and I can do things very sneakily. So I'm gonna sneak up behind him and kill him.
what are you gonna do?
It's not gonna work.
I
If
don't
he's
want
already-
to entertain this thought anymore.
If he's
so-
already molding, he's not gonna die anyways.
Well, it just started.
Exactly,
You
it's
think it
like-
just started in his shoulder,
So
don't
if we
you?
were to kill him before,
Can we? Okay, before we kill him, can you bring him back and we can look at the wound to see if it
Yeah.
is actually cauterized or if it's
Yeah,
screwed?
let's do that. That's a
Can we
good
just like
idea.
cut off a limb?
I may be
Like,
more
wait,
willing to keep
don't
going
leave
this.
yet.
Unfortunately, you already said that you killed him.
No.
You monster! This is what happens when everyday people think they can be heroes.
Addis, I'm gonna kill you. Not actually, because I'm scared of him. I'm scared of him.
Okay.
He's gonna take me seriously.
So what are you going to do now?
Is he dead?
He's dead.
Can I look at the wound?
You sure can.
Oh, it's gonna be cauterized.
Roll me an investigation check.
Oh God.
This is like the
God,
cat
I'm
in the
really
box
Oh,
scenario.
this is the cat in the box. I'm like,
lit-
is it or is it not?
That's
I'm
a
stressed.
This is Schrodinger's mushroom zombie.
13.
13.
Yeah, the wound is closed. You just don't know how.
So it's literally just like sealed closed.
No.
Like scar
it's,
tissue or?
like more like a scab. Like the blood has done its work.
Okay. So odds are you killed an innocent man.
Wouldn't
I
be
was
the
gonna
first
kill
time.
a free.
Excuse me.
Excuse.
last.
Hello. Okay.
This one scares me.
I feel very intimidated in this group of people. I feel like I could die very easily.
Only
That's
one way to
okay.
find
I'll
out,
just
I
play
suppose,
my
so.
saxophone out of any situation.
That's true.
I'll just music my way.
Anyway, you have just killed a man
Okay.
in
They
the...
just killed a man.
We
well-
have done nothing. They have killed a man.
Okay, so you were a group of people standing over a body
That they
Okay, if we're all there, if
in
we're
a government building.
That they created. Well,
Yeah,
not the
but
government
you're gonna be
building, but the body.
implicated. You should,
Yeah, I'm
That's guilty
gonna
by
try and
association
run.
nonsense.
okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go too.
Go.
Yeah.
I'm
Sorry,
gonna start
King.
dragging him back to the room.
You're gonna separate from
Just-
everyone else.
No, yeah, I'm gonna
The
just
Herald,
drag
you're
him.
dragging back.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
thought you were
I'm
gonna
gonna
he's
throw.
gonna be
I'm gonna
turned
throw the
again.
Herald in there
I'm
and
gonna,
just.
He's gonna be
I'm gonna
turned.
help carry
Wait,
the
Yeah.
no.
body.
If you're gonna put him in where the mold is,
He's
if
gonna
he was
turn,
already
yeah.
fine with no mold in him, don't put him with
He's
the
dead
mold.
either way.
Okay, but I want him to come back.
It was easy enough to take care of the first one. I'm sure it can't be that hard to do another.
I would like you to remember what happened the first time.
I don't remember what happened the
Oh my
first
god.
time.
Okay, whatever. You guys
We
do
need
that.
to leave. Yeah,
We're
we need
leaving.
to go.
Let's go.
Are you
You
still
guys-
carrying it?
Oh, I'm so carrying.
Okay, then I'll help. We'll like.
All right, we'll meet you outside
Let's
if
go.
you're still
Do you have
alive
the
by
legs
that
or
point.
the shoulders?
I'll grab the legs.
Okay.
You're just dragging by.
Okay.
Okay. All right,
We'll
well,
just
we're
kind of
leaving.
like walk sideways.
Kinda-
We'll awkwardly waddle sideways doing it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
My fingers are kind of avoiding where the
Yeah. Don't get your hand in the.
thing, the
You know,
holes.
the
were-
holes.
Yeah.
That's
pretty
gross.
yucky.
Now, as people who may not be totally loyal followers of the law, you know that the only place that you can escape the law, because again, you will all be implicated for the murder of the Herald, who, by the way,
Yep.
I'm not going to tell you if he was infected or not.
Of course.
Of course not.
You're gonna get arrested.
Cool.
You know that the only place to escape the law, the watchful eye of the oppressive law enforcement system of Kanimaas, is deep within the forest.
Cool. Let's go.
So, you can go there together, or you can not go there if you've got other things you want to do.
Wasn't doing much.
I think that's a good place to start. I definitely want to get out of this castle as fast
Yeah,
as
no.
possible.
Let's get out of the castle
Yeah.
and let's go to the forest and reconvene, figure out what we're gonna do, because now we're aware of a situation that's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
So I think that Hered's gonna follow, but not because I'm like trying to escape, but because I'm trying to like reprimand them for their actions. I'm gonna be like, hey, wait, get back here! Like I'm
The
gonna
whole
try and
time
like
that we're
turn
walking.
them in. Like this is the
okay.
one who killed him.
Okay. Well,
Evildoer.
The evildoer.
I'm not happy about it, but I get why. I said I'm like, "Ugh,
Yeah.
I get it, but I'm not happy about it.
Anton, are you following?
I'm gonna just kind of back up Gun's story here and be like, yeah, I solved the whole thing. We were just trying to help him out best we could.
Okay. Well, if that is the case, then we will be right back, and we'll see you in the forest. We're back, and exhausted from running into the forest.
Right.
Through the, what was that?
I don't know.
I think
Anyway.
he's upset
We
that
have
I
a criminal in our midst.
We do have a criminal.
We do have a criminal in our midst, but
It's
this
them.
criminal is the one who got you through the castle unscathed.
Okay, fine. That's okay.
I don't know. It blocked me on cam too, but then it's
You gotta
fine.
switch with the water bottle now.
Oh,
Anyway,
Sorry.
it's whatever.
so you
We're in the forest
have,
now.
you're basically in the clear. You probably shouldn't go back to the castle anytime soon, but if you do, I'm sure you guys have a good story,
I
whatever.
didn't like it that
Yeah,
much
well.
So,
anyways.
yeah, the entire time we've been walking, I've been like mumbling under my breath. I've been saying, this always happens. Every time I come here, this always happens. It happens again, again, and again. I should never come to this kingdom. It always happens. And then, yeah, that's just kind of that over and over and over again the entire time we're
I'm like
walking.
running a little bit, trying to keep up.
Yeah, and I'm going fast. Like I'm
like jogging.
so
Good
I
jog
also
right now.
weirdly definitely knew where I was going. Despite having said that I have never been here before, I knew where I was going. It was very
Okay.
direct
Okay.
movements. I knew what I was doing. So
I do like the visual of old Zelb Silver Pants over here trotting to keep
Yeah.
along with the
yeah,
little
and I'm
frisky
like
legs.
very tall too, so
I
I
know.
got long strides.
I'm trying to keep up here.
Anyways, so are we at the forest now?
Yes, you are in the forest, and
Okay,
the sun
cool.
is setting. Contrary to these stock images, it is getting late.
Late. Okay, sorry, hold on.
so-
I'm ready.
May I suggest that we potentially set up camp sooner or later?
Yeah, probably.
I let out like a big sigh. Fine, I know where we can go. I have a place. Just don't ask questions and stay silent the entire time. If I hear you yell at me one more time, you are being left behind.
I understand.
Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna
I
ask
like
questions.
again go back to briskly walking through the forest to
I'm
get
like
to
running. I'm like, oh my god, please. Please.
continuing to mumble like frustrations and so,
I can't do
I
this.
lead us to a little hideout that I have had set up before.
So cute.
Yeah.
Is it cute?
Well, it's definitely not well kept. You can tell I haven't been here in a while.
It's quaint.
But
It's quite. It's got a vibe. It's a good vibe.
It's definitely got a vibe. Just
kind
like
of
me.
vibe?
I've got a vibe. Sorry, you've infected me.
I'm infected.
Um,
Infected.
The mole.
Do we need to burn you? The mole.
Check their veins real quick.
No.
I got nothing.
Roll me a vein check.
Roll me a
Yucky.
fucking check.
So yeah.
Okay.
Can I roll
I
a
get us there.
perception about this place? Anything more than what
You
they've
absolutely can. Go ahead.
anything more than what they've just described? That's going to be a natural 20.
Natural 20. Wow.
Plus
Does anyone
you-
else want to take a look around?
Sure.
If you want to just look at different things.
What is it? Perception?
19.
19.
Got a 13. I'm not
13.
seeing them much.
Okay.
I'm not
You
gonna
got
roll
bad eyes.
perception,
Yeah.
as I've lived here.
You don't need to.
You know where you're at.
So,
You know the name,
we're gonna
the
start with Zeld, who had the lowest roll.
Okay.
It's dark out, and I mean, you're
can see.
you're just a little guy. You're not doing
can see
you're
in the
not doing
dark.
anything special right now. You're just looking at this house, and you're like, you know what? I could make a Pinterest board about this. I could really fix it up, but right now
It's honestly probably about the nicest place I've stayed in a few weeks, so I'm very excited about this.
I think typically
Yeah.
Zelb here lives in their saxophone case.
I do. I
Why is
live.
that so cute and yet so sad?
that's like adorable and tragic.
Yeah.
I live in my safe space. So I'm very excited to have like a roof, kind of, if there is one.
It's definitely a rough roof. Like it
Okay.
was.
There's holes.
There's
Yeah.
a roof at all. I am.
Water leaks through
stoked.
if it's raining.
I'm
but-
so excited.
Yes, it ain't raining.
Oh well. So there are some clouds above you,
Just had to speak
and you've had. You've been running this whole time. All of you are sweating at this point. You're not.
I'm dying. No,
Yeah,
I'm
and,
very
Once again,
tired.
So you
invisible
aren't-
handkerchief.
You aren't any surprised or off put by any extra wetness on your skin.
Yeah. Is there a large tree nearby?
We're
Or
in the
tree.
forest.
Well, I know, but like how big? What are you near like a large tree? Or is there one inside your place or something? What does it look like?
So essentially, it's kind of like
So I'm
a
picturing like
very
a.
roughly built like cabin, if you would.
Oh, I was picturing like a
Um,
weird like tree tent thing.
No, well, sort of. There's like, it's like half tent kind of, half like solid structure.
Would you describe
It
it as
doesn't look
temporary?
like. Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like it's not supposed to be there. No one knew what they were doing when they were building it, but it's there, and it definitely would work as a, safe space.
Okay.
It's not huge, 4 people in it at once is definitely cramped.
I'm gonna back myself against the
But
wall
yeah.
and sit down.
Yeah, we
a
go
small
inside
for
and
you.
I'm like lighting the candles around, doing almost, it feels like compulsive, like mannerisms. Like I'm locking the door, like, and then I'm unlocking and I'm locking it again, and I'm like just kind of running around. It's a pretty small room, but there's like a bed and candles around, and I'm going
So
around
this is
lighting
way
them.
nicer
It's
than I
very
thought it was.
Yeah.
I'm gonna back
Yeah.
up against the wall. I'm gonna sit down.
So with your 13 for perception, what you can feel and what you can gather is that this is going to be comfortable, for you at least. There's rain, there's
Short
a
game.
thunder approaching in the distance, but everything is all right for now. Anton, you rolled a 19.
Yes.
You're going to be able to tell pretty much all the same things. But you know what to look for. So there's, you look on the ground and there are no footsteps in the dirt, as if it's been a long time since anyone's been here. There's pretty much nothing on the ground. There's a little overgrowth over some of the walls, as if this place, the forest is reclaiming this place. Weather-wise, you saw the clouds earlier. You knew the forecast. It was supposed to rain. The storm's a surprise, but again, there's a thunder approaching. You rolled a nat 20.
Yes.
You get all that. There's a thunder approaching.
Nat 20, it's all you get.
You would probably notice there was a hidden symbol kind of like on the wood on the inside of the door. I don't know what the symbol would look like, but
I'm
above
gonna-
table thieves can't. It's a
Thieves Can't,
secret.
classic.
Secret.
I'm gonna roll a history because odds are I don't know what that means.
Okay. Well, but you probably.
That is another natural
Whoa.
20.
You have weighted
on a different
dice?
die, mind
On a
you.
different
I was
die.
gonna say,
I
I used that one the
jeez,
first time.
That's crazy.
Can you give me some of that look? I got
Okay, so apparently I do know what it means.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what it means?
Would you
Sorry,
know?
let me
You
rephrase
probably
that. I
wouldn't.
know exactly what that means. I have no idea what that means.
You probably wouldn't know what the symbol means, but you would recognize
I
that it's
recognize
a
it.
symbol, and you might be like, "Oh, that's probably a thieves'
I recognize
cant
that it's
symbol."
probably something of some form of organization that may
Yes.
not be the most honorable of people.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
So now, Addis?
Addis is how I introduce myself. Yes.
Correct. Okay. Addis.
Interesting.
This is going to be very confusing for the viewers because I used my
Yes.
actual name at the start, but
Yeah, well,
it's okay. They'll
Um,
figure it out.
you are watching as people go into your secret hideout, which is not really the point of a secret hideout.
Yeah.
I mean, now 3 people you barely know
Yeah.
of it, but you think for one night maybe this will be okay. It starts to rain a little bit more. There's a thunder approaching.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Keep
Yeah, so
telling
fun
us that.
fact, everyone. A group of crows is a murder. A group of sheep is a herd.
Oh no.
Oh
A
my
group
god.
of dragons is a thunder.
Okay.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
And as this noise gets louder and louder, you start to realize that the amount of rain and the amount of thunder that you are hearing is very disproportionate. You think, storms aren't usually like this. I mean, there's nothing that should be making this much noise. Until out a mile away, a large group of birds fly from the treetops.
Oh god.
Animals screech and skitter away. You hear squirrels and other small animals scurrying along trees away from the direction of this noise. And from the shadows, a large, very, very large, feathered creature on all fours slowly begins to sort of crawl towards you. It's
Back up.
yeah. Okay, so Zob's gonna back up.
Can I do investigation to see if I know anything, notice anything else about this or what it might be?
Yeah, I mean you can try.
Okay. That's not
Yeah.
super
Could I roll
helpful.
like a history insight?
17. What should I roll? Am I choosing in?
Yeah, history I think is probably what this would be.
I have 0. So 17.
Nothing.
Nothing. No clue what this is.
Not a
So also,
inkling.
am I scared just of the idea of dragons?
Probably.
A dragon's a dragon.
That's
Right, but do I know what a dragon is?
Oh, yeah, I mean, you know what a dragon is.
Okay.
you.
Okay.
But
Yeah, okay. Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
You're right. I know what a dragon is.
Yeah, everyone knows what a dragon is.
I'm gonna keep backing up. Try to hit the back wall. Stay away from this thing. I am so scared.
The dragon, the large feathered beast, about the size of, about the size of a mountain almost. I mean, this thing is
Wow.
this
So
thing
I
is
am
huge.
correct.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say bear.
Yeah,
this
that's
thing
what
is
I was thinking.
lion.
Yeah.
So
Mountain.
I didn't.
backing up is correct. I'm gonna keep doing that.
I'll be honest. I don't know how much your little legs can keep backing you up. I don't think it's gonna matter. That thing is
Listen,
the size.
it keeps me feeling safe.
Everyone,
I didn't want to use the word mountain because I was like, that's too obvious. And then I was like, what's something that's the size of a mountain? Probably a mountain.
Yeah.
A different mountain next
a
to it.
volcano, maybe.
yeah.
That's a mountain with no head.
So I'm trying to get everyone actually to back up, and keep quiet as I'm like trying to watch out through the cracks in like the wood and.
The dragon extends its hand and shows you its open its open hand. Its talons reach out and show you that it means you no harm.
I'm gonna like
Didn't want to approach it.
carefully approach from
I'm gonna hide
like the
behind
door.
your leg while
Yeah,
you do that.
and like
I'm gonna be
peek
like,
out and
I'm also a few steps after they're already outside the door. I'm gonna like kind of poke my head out, ready to draw my weapon, but not kind of like the
I'm
waiting to.
trying to
Yeah, okay.
convince myself that I'm not pathetic because I'm still thinking about the thing that the
the herald
herald
said,
said earlier.
anyone who's not pathetic.
And I don't know that if I'm not pathetic, so I'm just gonna be like behind your leg, just like. Okay.
I'm absolutely not approaching that, but I'm not like, it's not like completely out, but like my sword is just, you can see like a bit above the handle.
Anton's going, I'm too old for this.
My side's going. My
I just kind of
knuckles
like
are white.
lean
My
on
side's
something
fucked
a
up.
little bit just because,
Your hips sore.
Yeah.
From all that walking.
It was a long walk, so I'm just gonna kind of lean over.
As you approach this beast, the closer you get, you feel this aura of warmth, and not only physical heat, but a sort of acceptance and kinship with this animal, something that fills your body and mind with something almost like nostalgia for an event that you weren't there for. You know in your heart of hearts that this creature is kind and good. Beyond all things that you know about dragons, because of course every tale that you've heard, every legend, all the myths, dragons are scaled beasts who reign the skies with fire and hatred from above. But this is not that.
And this is just one dragon.
There's one main dragon, and behind it and beside it are two other smaller dragons.
Okay. Smaller by how much?
Hills.
Okay.
Hills,
So
okay.
not super small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Back
should
to
add
those.
the forest. These are very big trees.
Okay.
Okay.
These are
It's like, I imagine like redwood.
redwoods.
forest,
Yeah, huge.
Okay.
Enough to conceal
A dragon.
secret hideouts and dragons and the
Okay.
like.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, it's your forest. What's your move?
Do you want to take its hand?
Well, I'm definitely gonna approach it, and dragons can talk, can't they?
They can.
Yeah.
They
okay.
can?
Yeah.
What language do they speak?
Common.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
And probably Draconic as well.
Yeah, I was
Well,
gonna say
they don't
Draconic,
make sense.
yeah.
They would speak common. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna approach and just ask, "What is your business here?"
She's going to look at you, and
Lady.
she's going to sort of just eye you for a moment before realizing that her kindness is reciprocated within you, that you also don't wish to harm her. And quite frankly, if you did,
It wouldn't matter.
No.
It wouldn't do
Yeah.
anything.
It wouldn't make it. Wouldn't.
I'm definitely not interested in fighting a dragon, so
I'm not either.
yeah.
So that's.
If it's kind to me, sure, we're cool. We're homies.
At this point, my hand is off my holster. You know, I'm just kind of standing like hand on hips, kind of waiting to see what's going to happen. Still, I'm distancing myself from the situation, but I'm cautionary, but I'm
You're
accepting.
close though. You're
Yeah,
behind.
I'm kind of.
Yeah,
I've
you're
moved
behind.
out from behind your leg, but
I
I'm
almost
still,
even have like a protective hand like
Aw.
over your head.
I'm still gripping my saxophone really tight because I'm still scared because it's huge, like
yeah.
really, really
massive
big.
compared to yeah.
But you're
But
feeling the same.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know that it isn't, but it's just how big
The
it is
same-
intimidating.
The same warmth and feeling of safety that this beast exudes. And she looks at you, and in your head you hear with your own voice you hear, my name is Revisil, and I was the first dragon. I have
Can you
not.
spell that?
Revasyl.
Revasyl.
Okay.
Okay. You said a
Appreciate
winning
it.
name. Okay, first dragon. Revisyl.
Mm-hmm.
Revisyl. Cool. Okay.
Yes.
I have not shown my face in eons. I am as old as the earth you walk upon, and you are the first. You are the first person that I have come to asking for. As much as I hate to admit it, help. These are my siblings, Circana and Ringiri, and we have been forced out of our domain. And she stops speaking for a moment and looks down as if a sense of pride within her has been shattered, and what she used to think of herself as is no more.
Oh. I want to go and like touch her hand or something because I feel bad.
Okay.
I want to like give her a hug, but I can't do that. So I'm gonna like touch her hand as like a comfort thing.
Okay.
Because I feel really bad.
As you do this, a feather near her wrist slowly falls out and glides to the ground.
Is she okay?
That's it's not supposed to happen. And in centuries it hasn't. But I know how people typically feel about dragon feathers, so if you want to take it and go, then so be it. But truly what we need is your assistance.
Zelb,
Hmm.
would you be so kind as to return the feather
I
to
was
Her
gonna do
Majesty?
that. I was
It's
gonna
not
do-
gonna go back
I
yet.
know. I don't know how to
You
do
hand
that.
it back.
She doesn't accept it.
Am I allowed to hold on to it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
How
Can I
big is
ask-
this
Can
feather?
I ask her?
The feather, probably about the length of your forearm to your wrist. It's a big
Okay.
feather.
So it's like half your height.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I like ask her if it's okay for me to hold on to this for now?
She nods.
Okay. I'm gonna-
What are you needing help with?
Well, could not bear to do it ourselves, and her siblings behind her are also hanging their heads in shame. But we need to die.
Oh.
Excuse me?
Would you care to elaborate?
The dragon gets closer to you and opens her eyes just a little bit more than she had them before. And in the area around her eyelids, you can see a white fungus. lining.
Oh,
Her
I'm
eyes.
already just I'm distraught.
No.
Oh. I'm
So
actually getting
you-
emotional, and I hate
No.
that.
So, funnily enough, we've had a quite recent encounter with this.
You have?
Does this mean what I think it means?
I can speak to your mind, but I cannot read it. I don't know what you think it means.
Do you believe that you've been infected by this plague?
I do. And the reason that I showed myself to you is because I smelled the plague upon you as well. I thought you might know what to do.
I'll be honest. If someone as mighty as you is coming down with this nasty little condition, I'm not sure anyone's truly safe anymore.
We started feeling this about 2 weeks ago. There was something within us that sort of just changed. Of course, the will of a dragon is stronger than most. Not to sound proud, but
No, you should.
we've been able to hold off this infection for longer than most would be able to.
I'm gonna kind of approach and just ask, where have you been in the last 2 weeks?
Oh, we've been the same place that we've always been, just our hiding places, which, although it may be of no consequence to me soon enough, I still cannot share with you.
Okay. Okay. I was gonna ask if you know where it could have come from, but I don't know if you would know that.
We know not of what befalls us, but we understand, and sort of an instinctual level, that we are not going to recover from this. There is no aid, no medicine for the sickness that we have been given, and unfortunately, we love each other much too much to administer the cure that we think will work.
At this point, I'd like to kind of like do the same thing, like put my hand on her and
I'm
like.
actually sad. I'm like actually upset right now.
I understand your pain. I know what it feels like to face the end, to look at the ones you love and know that there's no way to come back. And if this is what we must do, then I'm more than willing to oblige.
Thank you. And she's going to lower her head onto the ground so that you can reach her. And from her affected eye, a single tear falls down her face. How are you going to attack?
Trying to think of what's the most
I
appropriate
was gonna
thing
say,
to do.
yeah, how do we even...
How do you kill a mountain?
How do you kill a mountain and 2 hills?
I feel like the
She's
my
still
God,
like
I
a
have, like, actual
biological
tears.
being. Like
Right.
she's not like
Actually,
made
yeah.
of mountains. She's
No.
still a dragon. She's just
I'm
really
gonna-
big.
I'm gonna reach down into my boot. I'm gonna pull out a relatively small dagger,
Okay.
and
Doesn't the dagger not do anything?
I think...
That was to a person who was fully affected, like
Yeah.
down to the skin.
Because obviously, like, not to bring it up again, but I killed the herald
Right.
with just a knife. So.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know if it. So what I'm thinking is if it, because he was maybe freshly infected, if we're going off of that logic. Someone that is fully infected is not able to be damaged with a blade. But I don't know if that just counts as someone who is brought back from the dead, because if we kill this dragon, it's gonna come back anyways.
That's true, potentially, anyways.
Yeah,
I'm
what
also going
do
to
you-
mention, sorry,
You go ahead.
so the bodies took what, a couple days to turn?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this dragon would probably, I don't know, have weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah, she said that the infection began 2 weeks
Two
ago.
weeks ago.
And it's only
Spread to like the...
yeah.
They've only just now
Okay.
become aware of the situation.
Can I ask maybe if they would like to try and help in any way they could? We know that fire seems to do some, maybe they have some ability to at least try and help
I
the
was gonna
world
say-
before they
not,
go.
She is not a fire-breathing dragon.
I think the only
Or,
thing we have to
yeah.
do is set them, all 3 of them, at the same time to be as respectful as possible, all 3 of them ablaze, so they can return to where they came before.
Yeah, it's probably our best bet. I just don't. I don't know how we do that.
I mean, how do you kill an almighty being?
Sarkana and Ringiri, these siblings, also lay their heads down. And you look and you kind of see that their wings have been almost plastered to their bodies, as if they haven't used them or been able to use them in a few days. I mean, remember when you saw them, the dragons were crawling to you through hay. through the forest. They weren't flying like dragons are known to do. They're in a very poor state.
Would I be able
And they're
to?
begging you to end this state.
I understand this is not something on my spell list, but would I be able to conjure fire, just like fire, rather than?
Well, you have firebolt, don't you?
Yeah, but it feels a little disrespectful to just like shoot the dragon.
You can.
She's asking to be put out.
It's true.
I don't know. I feel like that we could. Best way I can think of is like put like. Never mind. I was gonna say like a little bonfire underneath them. The best way I can describe it.
Cook them up.
No. That's
Yeah,
horrible.
like, can I ask that? How would you want us to even do this?
Because I don't want to the least painful way possible, but the only way that we know. Well, we could kill them quickly and then burn their bodies.
That's
after.
true.
Yeah, that's
Honest.
probably the easiest.
Okay,
They have laid their heads down so that you can reach them.
so
Would
I take the hat off, kind of let my hair go, pull out the boot knife, and then I'm gonna ask Anton and whatever your name is, and we're gonna.
Addis is the one you were
Addis.
I'm just
told.
gonna sit here and
Here.
watch these dragons die?
You
I'm
can do
gonna
whatever you
request
want.
that each of you pull out a dagger of your own. If you do not have one, I have one that you may borrow. And we each climb atop the head of one of these 3
I don't know if I
dragons,
should play music
And-
while this is happening.
plunge a knife into the head of each dragon at the
I
same
don't know if
time.
music is appropriate, so I'm not gonna do that.
Is this something that you are willing to do?
I'm so upset. I'm so upset.
I guess. I mean, I don't want to do it, but
That's what it needs doing. Not all stories have a happy ending.
These creatures have shown you their faces for the first time in time longer than written history to beg you to do one thing.
A man has his orders.
I want to write a song about
Okay.
So you begin to you stand on their snouts with blades pointed directly between the eyes, and on a count of 3, you strike downwards to plunge the blades into their heads, and all 3 of your blades shatter.
Well, that sucks.
Well,
That was supposed to be a lot more effective. I'm up for any ideas.
I should have known that this would happen. I fear that I'm simply too much to ask for help. She says with obvious fear, because what this means is that she will soon be overtaken by something above, even herself, who for the longest time she thought was the top of every food chain. And she cannot be taken out of this ailment, or this, whatever. You have tried to do what you can, and now there is nothing left to do.
we didn't try everything.
We tried one solution, in fairness.
Is
There
there-
are
Could
more
we
solutions.
not try the firebolt thing?
Go ahead.
I get the
I'll-
feeling from the inclination in this
that
one's
will also
voice
not
that this
work.
is probably just going to ping off and hit Anton or Zelb over here directly between the eyes and kill them instead.
yeah, I don't want that.
Is there any natural formation like a volcano in the world that they could just kinda
Possibly.
go into?
That's a big
That's a good
volcano.
idea.
Yeah,
I don't know what kind of volcano is gonna be big enough for that.
that's true.
That's what.
At least for the smaller ones.
I don't think
That's-
we want to put her through that though.
That's the only option. That's what we'll do. I'll find a place. We'll seal ourselves away, and we can never, when we lose control of ourselves, we can never be of harm to anyone again. The dragons rise from their positions and fly far away from you. You know at this point that eventually these dragons are going to die, and then something much worse is going to be piloting their bodies. Anyway,
I'm
that's it
so
for the first
upset.
session. Thanks for watching. The next time
That
will
was
get even
horrific.
worse.
Okay.
Bye.